This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com and Equities.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, I'm bringing you a brand new company. I'll tell you what, I'm really excited to have them on here. I think they're going to make a huge splash in the EO machine market. Also, the CBD pet industry. We're talking no other than EnviroTechnologies International, Inc. You can find them on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol ETII. And with us today is the president of the company joining us, Mr. Gaylord Karren. Gaylord, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Everett. It's good to be here.
New company focus. The differentiator, EOW water, food and beverage, CIP, apples, Northwest, cannabis, Nevada, California, Washington. What does that all mean?
Okay, that's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yes.
We've been in this business of killing pathogens for many, many years. And as we have seen the new Farm Bill passed here a year ago or so, we had acquired a company that was producing pet products, and we did that to just kind of get into this CBD market. But the focus that ETI now is really taking is to promote what differentiates us from anyone else in this industry. There's a lot of Me Too companies that produce products that can stop pain and heal, and for even humans and pets. And that company was kind of a Me Too, and we will push those products at some point. But the real differentiator for us, Everett, is the water, the electrolyzed oxidative water. We have been the very first company in the world over 20 years ago to bring this to market in a commercial setting.
And we're talking about your EO machines, right? That creates that?
Yes. The electrolyzed oxidative water generators, we've been using it now in multiple industries for over 20 years. And we know this technology. We know that it works. It's a differentiator. It replaces the caustic chemicals and the chlorine that is used now in hundreds of different industries. And over the last 5-6 years, we have used these machines to generate water in the Northwest in the apple market. We have sprayed it on chicken and beef and all kinds of agricultural products. It's used extensively for the last 20 years with Zero Res Franchising Systems, a carpet cleaning company that we also own. So we have marketed this water over the 2 decades. And we know exactly what it does. It kills pathogens, molds, viruses, spores on contact, and yet it's drinkable, Everett. It's non-toxic. And so we're going to move this product now in a big way, not only in food processing and agricultural applications, but now in this CBD market that's been approved. And we will sell these machines to licensed growers and packers and distributors. And it will do 2 things. It not only kills the pathogens in the field or in the processing houses, but it also produces higher yields because we are killing pathogens that reduces yield, and we're also eradicating the chance of that bacteria getting into the human stream. And so it kills E. coli and salmonella, and it does it on contact, and yet it's absolutely non-toxic. It's drinkable. That's what makes us unique.
So let me ask you a couple questions. One, how many machines do you think you're going to sell in the first 2 quarters, and what's your price point?
Well, there's about 14 different models that we produce right now. They range anywhere from a $36,000 price tag to a $110,000 price tag, depending on volume and the type of water that is needed in a specific industry. And so, for example, we have about $2.5 million of sales prepared to go out in the first quarter.
Wow. And right now you guys are pre-revenue, is that correct?
No, we turned about $1 million in revenues last year,
Okay.
and we will just grow that exponentially here this year. We are in the process of raising some private equity capital that will allow us to expand our manufacturing facility, which is now in Atlanta, Georgia. That will remain our R&D manufacturing facility, but a new manufacturing facility we are building in Yakima, Washington right now.
So rumor has it on campus that you guys are going to go after the cannabis growers. Is that correct?
Yes, we're going to go after the growers and the packing houses and processing houses where humidity and mold is a big deterrent to yield.
My guest today is Gaylord Karren, president of EnviroTechnologies International, Inc. You can find them on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol ETII. Their stock price is around 40 cents a share, market cap around $13 million. Safety, environment, human health, 25 years of testing, and $9 million. Explain that to us.
Well, we began testing and looking at this water some 20 years ago, Everett. And we have become really the leader in understanding electrolyzed oxidative water. It was 25 years ago when we started this, it was considered snake oil. How could you kill a pathogen? How could you kill E. coli and salmonella with water?
With water, right.
Well, yeah, this is not just water. It is electrolyzed oxidative water, and I won't go into the technical background of it, but over the many years, we've spent somewhere north of $9 million going through the EPA and the USDA and other government agencies, proving the safety and the efficacy of the water. And we have tested it from A to Z. And so it is now time to harvest, if we want to use that word. And we're not going through so much of the testing and proving any longer, because it's now accepted, for example, by the Carpet and Rug Institute in that carpet cleaning industry, because we've done it for some 20 years. And so now we're moving into the apples up in Washington State. We'll now move into the CBD market. But anywhere there's a pathogen, we can apply this water and it will kill. So the health and the safety features of this are unprecedented.
Yeah, I was looking at one of your press releases, I believe it was, and talking about CBD pet industry, where it's anywhere from a $6 billion to $9 billion industry. This product that you have, it benefits the human's health, healing, and pain relief, and it also does that for animals too, correct?
Yes, and we are not as familiar with that market. That's really one of the reasons why we purchased the Health Co., CBD Health Co., was to enter that market, but it allowed us to become more familiar with the CBD market, get into that market, and our manufacturer now in Yakima is also in touch with the growers in the state of Washington, and we have ready and waiting growers to start buying these machines because the yield is unbelievably higher when you kill those pathogens, and you don't have to wear gas masks and hazmat suits in the storage facilities or in the field to apply the technology that kills these pathogens.
My guest today is Gaylord Karren. He's the president of EnviroTechnologies International. You can find him on the OTC market, like I said earlier, under the ticker symbol ETII. In closing, Gaylord, what do you want my listeners to take away from this interview?
The real critical piece here is that there is a process, there is a technology that has been developed for the last 25 years that is absolutely safe, environmentally safe, human safe, pet safe, that will kill pathogens on contact without toxicity. And so from the grower to the plant facilities to a consumer, there is absolutely no toxicity involved in this technology. And so the market is just being scratched. This is a replacement technology to chlorine, to caustics, to all the harsh chemicals that are used right now to control pathogens. It is a replacement technology, and the market is absolutely wide open. We also have other products that are additives to this that will help us penetrate soils. It's going to be used in oil and gas, for example. The water that we produce allows more penetration into existing oil and gas wells. We came out of the oil and gas business some 20 years ago, and we know that industry, and this water is applicable there. We have just had to narrow our vision as to what we tackle first.
As for my listeners, if you're looking for an up-and-coming technology water company, look no further than EnviroTechnologies International. You can find them on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol ETII. Gaylord, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It was a pleasure to have you on here. I hope you become a regular guest on my show. Come back every 40 or 50 days. Give us an update on your great product, and I wish you nothing but continued success.
Well, we appreciate that, Everett. We hope that people will start to become familiar with this electrolyzed oxidative water in the ETI package, and knowing that it is safe and efficacious.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.